morning students, and once again welcome back for the literature class. I hope students that you have completed the notes of lesson 1 and 2. So we are on the third lesson. The lesson is Oliver Learns a New Game by Charles Dickens. So half of the lesson I read that day, explained you, and now the half I'll just do it now, reading and explanation. So children, did you guess anything that which game this Oliver learnt? Any guess? No. Okay. The last paragraph which I read for you from the lesson, I just say to you, and you will be able to understand that which game this Oliver learnt. So, Fagin, Dodger and Charlie Bates, they played one curious game. Who was Fagin? Fagin was the gentleman and who gave the shelter to whom? To Oliver. So this Fagin dressed himself as a gentleman, and then all that costly things, precious things, he kept inside the pockets, and a golden chain he just put around the neck, a diamond pin he put on the shirt, and he was looking like as gentleman and pretending also like a gentleman, walking right and left, upwards, downwards. This way he was just walking with a stick. And two boys. Who were two boys? Dodger and Charlie Bates. They were just following him and they were just about to do something. This what? Then this Fagin, he was walking and pretending himself like a gentleman. And in between, while walking, he was slapping on the pockets. Slapping means here he was ensuring himself that the things which he kept inside the pockets were safe or not. So he was ensured that the things were safe. Then what happened? These two boys were just following him. Suddenly this Fagin, he turned around and the first boy, Dodger, he trod upon his feet, and Charlie Bates, he stumbled up against behind him. And that time, Fagin was disbalanced. And a moment, what happened? Everything which he was having inside the pocket were taken. So this was called pickpocketing. So this was the lesson, this was the game which Oliver learned. And who taught him? Fagin taught him. His group taught him this pickpocketing work. Do you know what is pickpocketing? Pickpocketing means something which is taken out from the pocket without your knowledge. Like an example, suppose your mother gave you 100 rupees note and she told to go and bring 2 packets of biscuit from the market. You went to the market. You asked the shopkeeper to give you 2 biscuits, and when the time came to give money, you put the hand inside the pocket. The money is out. There is no money inside the pocket. This means the money was taken by somebody without your knowledge. This is called pickpocketing. Okay. Now this is the game. This was the game which Oliver learnt. That is given here. Oliver learns a new game. This was the game. Now I'll read the lesson and finish it up. Then after I'll give the summary of. Students, now look in the book. I'll read and explain you. So this start from here. When this game had been played a great many times, a couple of young ladies called to see the young gentleman. The visitors stopped a long time and the conversation took a very lively and enjoyable turn. At length, the Charlie Bates expressed his opinion that it was time to pad the hoof. Pad the hoof means to travel on foot. This, it occurred to Oliver, must be French for going out. For directly afterwards, the Dodger and Charlie and the 2 young ladies went away together, having been kindly provided by the friendly old man with money to spend. So, after this game which they played, who played? Fagin, Dodger and Charlie Bates. This was repeated many times. This was repeated many times. This only for Oliver, just to teach him this game, just to show him this game. So he learned to do this. So this two ladies also called to see it. And then after this Charlie Bates, Dodger and those two ladies who came to see this game was provided money by this Fagin, and they went out to spend a day with money. "There, my dear," said Fagin. "That's pleasant life, isn't it? They have gone out for the day. Make them your models, my dear. Make them your models." Here, make them means them. Make them your models, my dear. Make them your models. Tapping the fire shovel on the hearth. Fire shovel means a tool used for placing coal on a fire and for removing coal or ashes. And hearth means the floor of a fireplace. So this to add force to his words, do everything they tell you to and take their advice in all matters, especially the Dodger's, my dear. He will be a great man himself and will make you one too, if you behave like him. Is my handkerchief hanging out of my pocket, my dear? Said the man, stopping short. Yes, sir, said Oliver. See if you can take it out without my feeling it, as you saw them to do when we were at play this morning. Now what happened? When Dodger, Charlie and those two ladies left out with money to spend a day, this Fagin told this Oliver to just learn from these models. Models means Dodger and Charlie Bates. Whatever they will teach you, just learn it. And especially the Dodger, he is very great one. And he is when he will teach you something, you will become something great like him. And just tell me whether my handkerchief is hanging out my pocket. Then Oliver said, yes sir, I can see the handkerchief hanging out. Then this Fagin said to Oliver, okay, without my feeling, please take out my handkerchief from my pocket. As I played the role just now, same way you do it. Now next. Oliver held up the bottom of the pocket with one hand as he had seen the Dodger hold it and drew the handkerchief lightly out of it with the other. Is it gone? Cried the man. Here it is, sir, said Oliver, showing it in his hand. You are a clever boy, my dear, said the playful old gentleman, patting Oliver on the head approvingly. I never saw a sharper lad. Lad means a boy or a man. Here's a shilling. Shilling means money. Nowadays in African countries, the shilling is used. Like countries like Kenya, Tanzania, these countries are using the shilling as currency. For you, if you go on in this way, you will be the greatest man of the time. And now come here and I shall show you how to make the marks out of the handkerchiefs. Oliver wondered that. So up till here, what happened when Fagin told Oliver to remove the hanky from his pocket without his knowledge? And in a second, this Oliver, he removed the hanky from the pocket of Fagin. Fagin was just surprised and said, you are a very clever boy, my dear, and very soon you will learn this trick. And he was so happy after seeing that Oliver had just quickly done this. Then he gave 1 shilling to him, means currency, money, and he said, you go on this way. You will be the greatest man of the time. And if you will keep on doing this work, then you will be the greatest man of the time. And now come here, I shall show you how to take the marks out of the handkerchief. Now Oliver wondered what picking the old gentleman's pocket in play had to do with his chances of being a great man, but thinking that the man, being so much his senior, must know best, he followed him quietly to the table and was soon deeply involved in his new study. So, what happened? This Oliver, he was just wondered when Fagin said, then one day you will become a great man. So he thought to taking out something from the pocket of somebody's without his knowledge, how can I become so great person? Then he thought that this Fagin is very senior most person from him. So he know the best. He knowing well than me. So he is saying like that way. And he just not bothered about anything. And he followed Fagin quietly to the table. And very soon he started learning and involved in this new study. New study means new game. And the game was pickpocketing. So Oliver learns a new game means Oliver learnt the pickpocketing game. Means taking out something from somebody's pocket without his or her knowledge. Okay? So students, reading explanation over. I hope you understood the lesson, what the lesson is about. Okay, I'll just give you the summary. The summary is this way of this lesson 3. Oliver learns a new game. Game you understood? What game he learned? Pickpocketing game. So now I'm just giving you the summary of the lesson and you will come to know what is the lesson about. Which game he learned and who taught the game. Okay? So Oliver Twist was his full name. Oliver was a small boy, orphan boy, and he was living in orphanage in England. After some time, he was sent to workhouse. There he was asked to do picking and weaving oakum. Then after, what happened? He was doing his work properly, but he was not getting food, enough food to eat. So one day he asked for some more food. The owner of the workhouse, the runner of the workhouse, who was running the workhouse, he got angry and he sent this Oliver to work with Snowberry. So he was sent to work with Strawberry. He was undertaker. And here one day he had fought with a person and the wife of Strawberry also supported that person and beat him to Oliver. Oliver cried a lot that day and when he came back to his room, he decided to run away from here. So on the way to London, he met a boy, Dodger. Dodger gave him food to eat and told that he know a person, Fagin, and he is very gentleman. He will give you food, he will give you house to live and he will not ask anything in return of. This poor fellow, innocent fellow, Oliver, he just followed Dodger and came to Fagin's house. Now here he started living with Fagin. The night he slept in Fagin's house and morning time he was just half opened eyes. He just looked everywhere. He saw Fagin is doing something. And Fagin thought that Oliver is sleeping. And what he did, he quietly went to one side room. He took out one small box. In this small box, what it was? The costly thing, watch and many watches. It was just shining like anything. And the jewelries, so many costly things were there. This Fagin was seeing one by one and keeping inside the box. This boy who was just watching everything but did not hear and pretending that Oliver is sleeping. Suddenly Fagin's eyes fell on Oliver. When he saw Oliver watching all this, he got very angry and he asked to him, "What did you see? What did you see? Why didn't you tell me that you have woke up? Why didn't you tell me that you just woke up?" Then Oliver said, I did not wake up. I was sleeping. I did not see anything to you doing. Then this Fagin was just relaxed. Then what happened? That two boys, Dodger and Charlie Bates, they also came. They all had the breakfast over there. While doing the breakfast, this Fagin, he was asking to them what you got, how was the purse, how much heavy it is. This all the questioning was going on, and they were answering to every question. Yeah, today we got this much of things, this we got the handkerchief, and this way the conversation was going on. And this Oliver was just simply ignoring because he was not able to understand what they are speaking. Then the Fagin asked to Oliver, do you want to learn this game from these boys? Then Oliver was very innocent. He said, yes, whatever you will teach me, I am ready to learn. Then this game, They started playing one game. Just now I told you before starting reading the lesson that the game started. They played one curious game. And the game, who started? Fagin, Dodger and Charlie Bates. They started a game. This Fagin dressed up himself very nicely like a gentleman. He filled the pocket with all the precious and costly things. He wore the gold chain around the neck. He put this diamond pin on the shirt, and he was pretending like a gentleman. These two boys who were following him, suddenly when he turned around, who? Fagin, then this Dodger, he just trod upon his feet. And Charlie Bates, he stumbled up against behind him. That time this Fagin was just about to fall. And a moment, the things which were kept inside the pocket were taken out. So this is called pickpocketing. Who did it? Charlie Bates and Dodger. Then this game was repeated many times in front of Oliver. Oliver was just watching like a game to it, and he was laughing on this. But this game was not to laugh. This Fagin was teaching Oliver this game to make a member of his group, just to do the pickpocketing. Okay, students. Then what happened? He called two ladies also to see this game, and then he gave some money to Dodger, Charlie and these two ladies to go and enjoy outside. And then Fagin told Oliver, did you see this, how it was going on? Oliver said, yes, I saw everything. And then this Fagin told that you learn this all thing nicely from these. These are the models, you learn from them. And you will learn it nicely, then you will do it. And Dodger is a great person, learn from him. And one day, you will also become a great person like this way. Then Fagin told Oliver, you can see a handkerchief in my pocket? Then he said, yes, I can see the handkerchief. Then he said to take out this handkerchief without my knowledge. And this Oliver, in a second, he just took out the handkerchief from his pocket. This Fagin, he was just surprised to see the moment he told, and the handkerchief was in Oliver's hand. Then he told that you are a very nice boy, very smart boy, and one day you will become a very great person. This made very strange Oliver, that only to take out the handkerchief from the pocket, when how can I will become the great person? But then other side he thought that this man is much senior than me, and he must knowing much better than me. And he just overlooked everything and followed Fagin, and slowly he learned this game very nicely. Okay, so this is the summary of the lesson. I hope now you people have understood which game this Oliver learned. Oliver learned the game of pickpocketing. This is not good game. This is not good thing. You have seen many children, especially near temple, near malls, near cinema halls, near station. This all crowded place. These small children, poor children, orphan children, they do this kind of thing. And they do not do itself. They are told to do or they are said to do it. Okay, they do this pickpocketing work. Okay, students. So now do one thing. We can do one exercise of this lesson. Please open the page number 29. Please open the page number 29. So students, page number 29, this page number, just open. And we'll do the one exercise only today, the true false. Mark these sentences as true or false. Okay. First exercise A1. The first one. Oliver grew up in an orphanage in England. It is true or false? True. Write down. Number 1. True. Second one. As I told you that he was a small orphan boy living in orphanage in England. So this is true. Second one. Oliver was shifted to a workhouse when he was 8 years old. It is right? No, it is wrong. Right? False. When he was shifted? When he was 9 years old. He was shifted to workhouse but he was 9 years old. So the sentence is false. Third one. Oliver was sent away to work for Mr. Sawberry, who was a carpenter. He was a carpenter? No. He was a undertaker. So this sentence also false. Please, spelling of false, children, write properly. Spelling of false, please write properly. Number 4. Oliver met a boy named Artful Dodger on his way to London. True or false? True. When he ran away, he met a boy on the way. Which boy? Artful Dodger. On the way to London. True. Number 4. True. Number 5. Artful Dodger forced Oliver to go to the old gentleman's residence. Did he force? No, he did not force. He only said that this gentleman will give you food and shelter without asking you any money. So he did not force. He only said, and this poor innocent Oliver, he was ready. What to do? He was ready. So this fifth one is false. Number 6. Fagin was the leader of a gang of pickpockets. Fagin was the leader of a gang of pickpockets. True or false? True. He was the leader. He was teaching this game to all. And he taught Oliver also pickpocketing game. Number 7. Fagin wanted Oliver to learn the art of pickpocketing only from Artful Dodger. Fagin wanted Oliver to learn the art of pickpocketing only from Artful Dodger. This is false. Not only from. He said that Dodger is a great person. If you will learn from him, you will become a great. It's not that only he wanted to learn from Dodger. He wanted to learn this, whether by this Charlie Bates or Dodger. So last one also false. Now students, the other exercises I will do later in my next session. Okay. So notes of this lesson 3 also you will get it today. So just go through the, just go to this school website and you will get the notes of lesson 3. Document section having 6-7 pages. So please don't see only 1 or 2 pages and say, Miss, I did not get. Go through all the pages, you will get the notes of lesson 3. Okay, search it and please do it. As you are getting the notes, you do it neatly and then learn it also. So your homework is to learn lesson 1, everything. Word meaning, question answer and reference to the context. Just keep things ready, because as the school will reopen, and we hope so that in July the school will reopen, then you will have the first semester. So just keep ready your answers. Keep ready with the lessons. Okay, students? Take care. Bye.